A subscriber asked how the wedge cutting jig for the Mortiser was made, so naturally I'm making an unnecessarily posh version for Josh, who didn't ask, and showing you how it's done. It helps cut angles. Try to contain your excitement. Just iron up the wood, checking for any sapwood, going to remove any sapwood, any checks, that kind of thing, cut them out. That's the bin for the barbecue wood. Here's the meat and potatoes on how this is done. Here I'm just marking out the notch so the jig sits in the same place on the Mortiser. Then the marking out of the size of the wedge used to then find the angle needed. This little idea I learned working on set, 2 wedges, levelling out stages. It comes in handy a lot in later life. This stage, I hope, is self-explanatory, but if not, simply angle the MDF to your markings, mark the measuring distance in height, transfer to the jig. So you've marked the distance between each point, right? Hope you get that. And then you can add the height, which is in this case something like 18, 19. I can't really tell from the vid. I'm hoping that makes sense. Cut the knot ouch on the table saw. You want a good cut? My bandsaw blade is toast from cutting metal, so it can't rip straight. So I chose this way. Why masking tape either side of the blade? Because just on one side you're going to be tipping the wood, aren't you? And then you're going to be putting an angle on your cut. Then rip the angle, leaving a lot more waste than usual for the next step. I had to plane this lump out as it was going to interfere with the next step. Then I plane to the line. That little jig there is just to make sure it's pushed up against the fence 100%. When it comes to trying to do this, you just really want to be paying attention that you're planing off the peaks and getting it to a nice sort of even amount of wood left to plane off, so then you can just send it through as, you know, as one cut and get it to your line. Then just drill in a little glory hole, you know, for hanging it up on the wall. Josh mentioned it's not worth making a nice version, so he didn't because of this. Excuse my dirty hands, oak and sweat go well together. Have to have a double take when you pull this out of the drawer. Wax, black bison. Yeah, that's not the clear one, is it? Well, Josh has just come back and he said he wants the overhang to be equal. I'll show you what I mean. That was where it was positioned before I cut the notch out. Very cool, really. And I got a thank you, which was really nice. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Here comes that bit where I say like, subscribe, share, join my Patreon. You've heard it all a million times, and honestly so have I. So let's skip the usual song and dance. If you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Push the buttons, tell a mate, sacrifice a biscuit to the YouTube algorithm gods, whatever works. Now the Patreon bit, yes, it's there. Yes, it's the cost of a pint a month. No, you don't get a free pint with it. I have asked, but you do get early access to videos with 0 ads and a spot in a private WhatsApp group where the conversation is 50% genius, 50% nonsense, and 100% worth it. No pressure, no guilt trips, no sad violin music. If you fancy it, awesome. If not, you're still my favourite. Just don't tell the others. Be lucky, stay out of trouble, or don't. It's up to you. It's your life.